In a moment that has sent shockwaves through the boxing world, Floyd Mayweather unleashed a brutal verbal assault on Jake Paul during the recent Conor McGregor fight. The tension ignited when Jake Paul shockingly turned down a match against McGregor, a name synonymous with combat sports. Floyd, never one to hold back, seized the opportunity to roast Paul, and it was a sight to behold. Jake Paul has carved out a niche for himself in boxing by strategically selecting opponents who are often older, retired athletes, or former UFC fighters. While this tactic has garnered him a certain level of success, it has also drawn criticism for lacking bravery. When Paul declined the chance to face McGregor, Mayweather didn't hold back, calling out Jake for what he deemed cherry-picking opponents. As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's going to shine. But the moment he steps into the ring with a real fighter, it's game over, Floyd declared. The comparison between Mayweather, a legend who has faced the likes of Manny Pacquiao and Canelo Alvarez, and Paul, who has primarily fought retired opponents, is almost laughable. Mayweather's words cut deep as he exposed the reality of Jake's career, a path paved with avoided challenges and safe bets. He labeled Jake's decision to turn down McGregor as a new level of cowardice, underscoring the disparity between their approaches to the sport. Adding fuel to the fire, Andrew Tate, the former kickboxing champion, offered a $3 million wager to fight Jake, putting Paul's bravado to the test. "I may not have $50 million to bet with you, but I do have $3 million. Winner takes all," Tate proclaimed. Jake, however, strategically declined the offer, illustrating his pattern of avoiding risky fights. This approach has become Paul's game plan: play it safe, avoid real opponents, and continue to rake in the cash. Conor McGregor, not one to back down from a fight, also chimed in, mocking Jake for his tendency to face opponents who are closer to retirement than their prime. When Jake suggested an MMA fight, McGregor dismissed it with a laugh, making it clear that he wasn't taking the challenge seriously. Instead, McGregor delivered a sharp jab, questioning Jake's courage to face anyone who isn't cashing in on their pensions. Mayweather's critique of Jake Paul extends beyond mere name calling. It reflects a deeper concern about the state of boxing. "If you're writing the rules to guarantee you don't lose, then you're not really fighting," Floyd stated, emphasizing that boxing is meant to be a test of skill, heart, and grit, not a carefully orchestrated show. He sees Jake's approach as a transformation of the sport into a spectacle, and he isn't having it. Jake Paul likes to brand himself as the savior of boxing, claiming he's redefining the sport. However, Mayweather argues that Jake is making a mockery of boxing. Paul's entire persona hinges on being the underdog and the rebel, but a closer look reveals a facade built on carefully chosen opponents and controlled outcomes. Rumors of rigged contracts have begun to swirl, suggesting that opponents may have clauses limiting their actions in the ring. If true, this would shatter any credibility Jake claims to have. The whispers of rigged outcomes are turning into shouts. Fans are starting to question whether Jake is genuinely capable of competing against real fighters or if each match is strategically designed to protect his record. If the integrity of these fights is compromised, Jake's narrative crumbles. He risks being seen not as a boxer, but as a showman, a fleeting gimmick that entertains without substance. Mayweather's illustrious legacy is built on fighting the best, while Jake's biggest victories have come against retired athletes and MMA fighters who haven't been competitive in years. The stark contrast is undeniable. Floyd summed it up succinctly. As long as Jake continues to fight YouTubers and MMA guys, he will look good. But once he faces a real fighter, it won't end well for him. The divide in boxing is growing. On one side are Jake's fans, who believe he's bringing new audiences to the sport. On the other side are boxing purists who long for the days when the sport was defined by skill and legacy. They view Jake's antics as a sideshow that undermines the sport's integrity. Jake Paul's strategy hinges on avoiding risks, but without real challenges, there are no real rewards. While he may be cashing in, he isn't earning the respect that comes from true competition. Floyd's warning is clear. Without genuine challenges, Jake risks becoming a joke rather than a legend. The million-dollar question remains: will Jake Paul step up to face real opponents, or will he continue to ride the influencer boxing wave until it inevitably crashes? Fans won't tolerate the circus act forever. They will demand authentic fights with real stakes. If Jake doesn't adapt, his legacy will be one of missed opportunities and squandered potential. Ultimately, Floyd Mayweather's powerful message serves as a reminder that boxing is a sacred craft deserving of respect. Jake Paul has potential, but if he doesn't change course, he may be remembered as a flash-in-the-pan gimmick who burned bright but faded away. The future of boxing hangs in the balance as Jake's career forces everyone to confront the sport's evolving identity. Will boxing survive the circus, or will it become just another platform for influencers chasing fame? The answers are yet to unfold.